opportunity to give back to campus in ways that we didn't do at any other time while I was on the board. We started with Salukis Plaza, and the piece that is Salukis Plaza, where people go to take pictures and you see people walking their dogs and sitting, that's a piece of campus now that will live on forever. And that was part of when I was on the executive committee and we had the opportunity to do that. The second piece then, I think, is giving back to our students. So we started the Student Leadership Fund, and that gives back to future Salukis and their development.
I was part of the baby boomer era, and the baby boomer era, we graduated a lot of people. And the Alumni Association was growing with that larger alumni base, and it was exciting to be a part of that. We were charged at one time with basically putting our mission with the Alumni Association in consort with the university at large. And in so doing, we needed a mission statement. And in coming up with a mission statement is a very difficult process. It's a lot harder than you think. And a group of us that were alumni leaders got together at Little Grassy for a retreat, a weekend. We sat around one whole afternoon and one evening. We had a Saturday morning, and I can remember it was cold. It was in January, it was very cold. And we sat there and we were talking about the excellence of SIU. And so all of a sudden, almost simultaneously, we got together, the mission was to reveal the excellence. And through the Alumni Association, we could reveal the excellence of Southern Illinois University.
And whenever I got to be president, we had some projects and things that needed to be done. The first one was the clock tower. We wanted to get the clock tower lit, and it was a gentleman's idea. He came to the association. We weren't in the fundraising business, and we set a goal, and this seems so simple now, of $60,000. And we thought, where would we raise $60,000 to light the clock tower? But we were able to raise those funds.
We worked so hard on an alumni center for years. I mean, my predecessor worked on an alumni center. So to actually be able to be the one who got the ball rolling, and you have and alumni have now what they have for a home, it's a wonderful feeling. I've always loved SIU. I think SIU has helped to make me the person that I am today and the professional that I was during my career. I think it's important to stay connected and also to think about paying it forward, contributing, whether it's donations or time or whatever. I think it's just a great idea.
I don't know that there's any school that I could have gone to that would have given me more opportunities to find what I wanted to be. When I came here as a freshman, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I didn't even really know what I wanted to be when I graduated the first time. And I think a lot of kids are there, but because of the size and the diversity of this institution, you have the ability to find groups that you can fit into.
I've had so many people over the years ask me about my kids or my grandchild's thinking about SIU. And because I've stayed connected, I can answer their questions. I can tell them statistics, and I've been lucky enough to stay in the area, so I'm still a Carbondale person, and I can tell them what's really going on and why SIU is still a great place to get a quality education.
Everyone asks me, why I'm an alum, how do I give back, what do I do, why should I give back, why should I be involved? And my answer is simple, is you want to pay it forward. You want to leave your alma mater better than you found it. And I know that's challenging at times because you don't have a lot of control over that. But if you don't get involved and don't try to be engaged with your alma mater, it's never going to happen.
One interesting thing about Southern, because of Dr. Morse's vision, we had gone from a good regional institution to a major university in the nation and a recognized international institution. We had alumni, we still do. We've got alumni extremely well placed throughout the world. And we recognize this, but we also recognize that in order to sustain a university of this nature, we were going to have to figure out a way to build support.
Honestly, the friends that I've made being on the alumni board and coming back more often and so forth, that are people that I would have never known, people who didn't go to school same time as me, but have turned out to be lifelong friends. And so I think that's really rewarding for me.